Hi, I'm Lori Montry. Over the last few weeks, I've been sharing a lot about how accumulated stress and trauma leave a lasting impression on your nervous system, which is a big factor in your ability to meet weight loss and other health goals. Equally as important, though, is the effect that these have on your biology. Now, nearly every single one of us has experienced some trauma or some accumulated stress or both. And it's really important for us to understand how this has affected your body in order to recover from these experiences and correct the issues that have arisen as a result. Now, aside from the mental, the emotional, the neurological changes that occur with trauma and accumulated stress, your body has also taken a hit, so to speak, and may need some help returning to its optimal functioning. Now, while it's important to be aware of and treat the psychological effects of trauma and accumulated stress, if the nervous system and the biology of a person are also not part of the conversation, the solution, it won't be found. The fact is stress causes a lot of wear and tear, and it makes certain biochemical imbalances and nutrient deficiencies much more likely. If your body has one of these biochemical imbalances or is lacking certain key nutrients that are instrumental in helping the body recover from stress and trauma, you're going to stay stuck in the survival state, regardless of all the other great work that you're doing in order to get better and to reach your goals. In addition, if your body is struggling with imbalances and deficiencies, you absolutely do not have the energy that's required to make the kinds of changes that lead to weight loss and health. So a really crucial part of the solution for effective and permanent weight loss has to be taking a look at your biology. There are certain symptoms and information that we can gather about your history and some really easy lab tests that can help us determine if you have imbalances or deficiencies, such as copper excess, pyrrole disorder, or if you are an under or an over methylator, whether your mitochondria needs extra support. And these are just a few of the areas to be looking at. Now, if you're anything like I was when I first started learning about this information, you may be thinking, I don't know what any of those things she just said mean, and I don't have the time or the energy to figure it out. I'm already doing more than I can handle. And I get that. So I'm here to tell you that the process of understanding your biology as an additional and essential piece of the puzzle for your weight loss does not have to be overwhelming. We break it down for you in a very simple way, help you get started with gentle but effective steps to correcting your body's needs. In our new course, Rewire Your Nervous System for Weight Loss, an essential element of the program is collecting that valuable information about your biology through taking an extensive history, making some simple recommendations about possible tests, if any, may be beneficial for you, and then helping you develop a doable plan for correcting imbalances and deficiencies. We are currently, as a nation, in an epidemic of health conditions stemming in large part to the prevalence of trauma and accumulated stress. If you're going to make the kinds of changes that you want to make to your weight and your overall health, we have to look at all of the pieces of the puzzle. And it is so frustrating to me to see so many people working for years to make changes, putting themselves in a daily battle with their weight and with their body. And most often, the struggle is not yielding any results because there are missing pieces that are not being addressed. So this is the reason why the founder of Nuaria, Maya, and I have put together a very comprehensive and effective program that is perfect for any person who is ready to look at all the pieces of the weight loss puzzle. Very briefly, without going into a lot of detail about any one of them, those pieces are the following. Number one, your nervous system. Trauma and accumulated stress have wreaked havoc on your nervous system, and it has most of us stuck in a state of survival. In order to return to your natural state of peace and calm, you have to rewire your nervous system to be able to spend more time in the parasympathetic state, the rest and digest state, as opposed to survival state. Because in survival state, you are triggered to use food as a coping mechanism and you have very little impulse control. The second aspect is the psychological aspect, we could say. It's the mindset and building emotional resiliency that are key factors in any transformation or weight loss. And weight loss is no different, right? So developing a healthy relationship with yourself, with food, and with your body, it requires a look into your internal world and a shift in perspective. The third aspect that I'll mention is the neuroplasticity, learning how your brain works to build and break habits. And this allows you to get results without massive displays of willpower, which, as you already know, is not an effective long-term solution. And the fourth piece is this biology piece that I'm talking about with you today. As discussed above, your body may be struggling as the result of traumas and accumulated stresses that you have experienced. Learning about the most common imbalances and possible deficiencies that result from the stress and trauma, how they can be corrected, allows you to support your body along with the other aspects that I mentioned. You have one body, you have one life. You absolutely can spend that life in a body that you love and that loves you back. The course that we have put together looks at all the aspects necessary to get real, sustainable results that allow for this to happen. So if you're ready to be free with food, heal from trauma and accumulated stress on a physical, psychological, and emotional level, please check out the Ultimate Freedom Package. Let's book a discovery call so that we can talk about your next right move and what it is that you need to finally get the results that you've been looking for.